was like that.
Okay.
Nice.
I also read that the first album, Rodrigo y Gabriela, was produced by John Leckie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that amazing because he produced Muse and Radiohead, among others. And those are one of my favorite bands.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I found that amazing, and I want to know how that experience influenced in the music creation itself. I mean, it was the recording itself. It was live. As I read.
And the recording was like in a room. He didn't add anything to the music. He's not that type of producer, and we're not that type of musicians. Like this is it. So in that term, worked out really cool.
Yeah.
And then we became friends, and we were just every night we recorded an album in 15 days. So we recorded in Bath, England. So the only restaurant open at the end of the night, it was an Indian restaurant.
Okay.
So we three of us are vegetarian, vegan now. But Joe Leckie and my 7-year-old went up drinking all this Cobra beer and curry and all that. So we had a good time. For the second album, John was supposed to produce the second album, but he didn't. Rodrigo produced it. And we recorded in Mexico in our studio at home. So it was different approach altogether, no covers.
I mean, he went there. He went to the studio for 3 weeks, and we tried to. I mean, we did like 7 demos, 8 demos, but we didn't like. It sounded exactly the same as the first album, you know.
Yeah.
And we didn't like that. We wanted to make a statement of doing something different. The approach was different. We mixed the album with Colin Richardson. That he comes from the metal world, and so he's a guy who's worked with Machine Head, with Slipknot, and all that. So I wanted him to do the mix because we were gonna record it in a different way. We were gonna put layers of guitars and do it, using the metronome and do it more crystal sound, And so John really didn't understand that vibe. He's coming from another totally school, and so he did the 7 demos and we didn't like it. So we kind of decided just to leave it there and start. So we started new recording once he left. We re-recorded everything, and except one track. We kept one track from the section we did which is the name of the album, the 11/11 track. But the rest was re-recorded, and the result. I mean, to me, sonically, is what I was looking for. It's totally different than what John did in the first one, and I think it's in a way a little bit more closer to our roots, our metal roots. Although for many people we don't play metal, but in this album we kind of added a lot of metal riffs into the songs that a lot of metalheads can, see clearly that we come from, what I'm saying?
Can identify it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. But how did the arrangement of the songs on stage change? Are you like
a lot?
Yeah, it's like. Do you have a band now? Because I haven't been to a concert yet.
We don't have a band, but
no, we still Rodrigo and myself. We have a guest for the show. They open the show, supports the Alex Kolnick trio, jazz. But me and Rodrigo, we are totally two of us on the stage.
Okay.
But we do play. We try to keep exactly the same and the version of the album, and at least the solos and the structure. But we always change because we can't be static. You have to add it, and we are not static at all. We all the time practicing, so that makes you create much more ideas and throw much more ideas into the show, and it's the way it is.
Cool. So it's more like every show is like also a bit of a jam session.
A little. I mean, there is a part, but we try to, as I said, respect that. But we don't want to become a jam band because that's different kind of different vibe. But we do leave a little bit of freedom.
Free zones.
Yeah. Free zones.
Ustedes han tocado en muchos sitios, me imagino, muchos diferentes tipos de sitios, en bares, me imagino en la calle también. ¿cuáles son, digamos, si pudieran escoger, obviamente que me imagino en la variedad está el placer, ¿no? Pero qué es mejor tocar en una sala bien con esa acústica perfecta, o en un bar, o en un festival, o en un matrimonio, en una casa, o no sé?
Bueno, pues al principio cuando llegamos a Europa, tocamos en la calle, tocamos en Grafton Street, que es como la calle donde todo el mundo toca en Irlanda. Tocamos en Dinamarca en la calle, tocamos en España, en las Ramblas, y era increíble, eran para mí experiencias porque era tocar con todo, porque estás en la calle y la gente no está borracha ni le vendieron la idea de ningún tipo, o sea, estás raw. Entonces quien se para a escucharte es porque le está gustando, y quien te da una moneda es porque le encantó. Entonces nosotros vivíamos de eso y la pasamos súper bien porque conoces mucha gente todo el día. Era fiesta, era como una cosa loca. Pero es muy diferente porque hoy en día nuestros gigs son en teatros, o pueden ser en rock venues, o pueden ser en festivales, o pueden ser... Yo creo, para mí el gig perfecto es cuando yo puedo dar más, cuando yo siento que la música es protagonista, no nosotros. Y la gente percibe eso, y entonces se vuelve como una cosa mágica entre nosotros y la audiencia. No importa dónde estés, estás en la calle, en la boda o...
Pero ¿cuándo sucede eso? Que sientes que puedes dar todo, que te sale bien.
Pues cuando sale así, muchas veces tiene que ver el buen sonido.
Okay.
¿Ves? Porque
Sí.
cuando hay buen sonido,
Sí.
ya
Sí.
te dejas, pero a veces no hay buen sonido, entonces estás... Welcome.
Si hoy no hay buen sonido, yo toso dos
Sí.
Ya el contraste.
Que yo he visto videos en internet, y a veces veía que tocan con una púa o una uña, no sé cómo le llaman a eso técnicamente, y a veces no. Y los deditos me parece que van a salir llamas.
Ya sé.
¿Cómo hacen para cuidárselos?
Los dedos.
Bueno, yo
Tienen la
toco
señal bien cortita.
100%, sí, púa la puedes llamar en español.
Sí.
Plectrum en inglés.
Plumilla.
Plumilla. Es que depende del país, ¿no?
Tu papá, no, en España dicen la púa.
La púa.
Sí.
Y en México decimos plumilla. En States dicen pigs.
Pigs.
No,
Pigs,
pigs.
sí.
Y en
Irlanda
dicen plectrum.
Plectrum.
A ver, eso varía, pero yo soy 100% puista. Bueno, y Gabriela toca con la mano 100% también. Entonces, o sea, son dos estilos diferentes, ¿no? Sí, es como, Gabriela es como el bajo y la batería, digamos, y yo soy como la guitarra y la voz, digamos, porque yo hago la melodía. O sea, entonces se complementa y no hay
Nunca
ningún
también
tipo
haces
de...
percusión.